considered as a foreign body. So whenever the foreign body enter into the human body or in the cell, it must be removed by the immunization mechanism. So when double-stranded RNA is appeared in the human cell, in the diploid cell, and this double-stranded RNA is destructed by a particular enzyme already present in the somatic cell. This particular enzyme is known as a dicer. For example, this is the double-stranded RNA. These double-stranded RNA have complementary strands and it are running from 5' to 3' and 3' to 5' end. Suppose this is the 5' 3' and this is the 3' 5'. So this is a complementary base pair. So this is the double-stranded RNA. This double-stranded RNA must be destructed. For that, a particular enzyme is present already in the cell. That enzyme is known as the dicer. So with the help of the dicer enzyme, this double-stranded RNA is broken into smaller pieces. So when it breaking into smaller pieces, it break the double-stranded RNA in such a manner that each piece must contain 22 base pairs. Like this 22 base pair. And at one end, that one end means 3' end, it having 2 nucleotide bases, it is unpaired. So this is known as the overhang. And this overhang end always present at the 3' end. So this is the 3' end, this is the 5' end. So here each 3' end have a 2 nitrogen base which is unpaired. So that is known as the overhang, and all other base is under the pair complementary pair. So like that, the dicer divides or destruct the RNA into smaller pieces, and each piece having 22 base pair and 2 overhang end. This overhang end is at the 3' end. Okay. So like that, the double-stranded RNA is broken into smaller pieces, and this smaller pieces is known as the oligoribonucleotide. This is the oligonucleotide. Actually, it is a RNA, so it is known as the oligoribonucleotide. This oligoribonucleotide is commonly known as the small interference RNA. Okay, and this small interference RNA, suppose this is the small interference RNA. This small interference RNA with 22 base pairs and overhang end at 3' and 2 nucleotide unpaired, or the overhang at the 3' end. So this oligonucleotide or the small interference RNA, it binds with a particular protein complex, multi-protein complex. This multi-protein complex is known as the RISC. It is having many proteins and all the proteins working together, and so it is known as the multi-protein complex. It is enzymatic activity also. This RISC means R means RNA. RNA induced silencer complex. That is the RISC. RNA induced silencer complex. This RNA induced silencer complex bind with this oligonucleotide or small interference RNA. And this small interference RNA will break into smaller 2 pieces, single strand. That is one strand like this. It is running from 5' to 3'. Another strand running from 3' to 5'. 3' to 5'. So those strands which are running from 5' to 3', it is known as the sense strand. Sense. It is known as the sense strand. This sense strand not using for the RNA interference, it will be destroyed by the particular RNA enzyme. And the another strand, it is known as the antisense strand. This is the candidate for RNA interference. Antisense strand. This antisense strand with multiple protein complex. This is the multiple protein complex. Actually, the splitting of the double-stranded oligoribonucleotide into small sense strand and antisense strand is with the help of the enzyme already present in the RISC. So RISC is enzymatic also, protein, and also it is enzymatic. So it is split into 2 parts. One is the sense strand, another one is the antisense strand. This antisense strand with the multiple protein complex is the candidate for the RNA interference. So what happens? This complex, multiple protein complex and antisense RNA, it binds with a protein, mRNA. This mRNA is already prepared in the cell that is coming in the cytoplasm. It also have 5', 3' end. So if any nucleotide or the base having the complementary base of this mRNA. So this antisense strand coming to attach on this. For example, here is a G and here is a C and here is a A. So suppose here is a C and here is a G and here is a U. So this coming to attach here like this. It forming the complementary pair. So it will attach here with the help of this enzyme already present in the multiple protein complex. So when it coming to attach here, this RNA will break. This mRNA will break into pieces. When mRNA break into pieces, the starting point at the 5' and there is an initiation codon. This initiation codons will destruct. So initiation codon when destruct, this mRNA cannot translate. So the translation of this mRNA is prohibited, or it is hindered, or it is prevented by the attachment of this antisense strand. As a result, what happens? This mRNA becomes destructed. So the proteins which the mRNA have to be prepared, that become not available in the cell. So this is here actually what happens, the mRNA is a silencer. So that is the reason why this process is known as the RNA silencing. So RNA is using to silence the mRNA. The mRNA has to produce a particular protein. That protein cannot synthesize. So that is the reason it is called RNA interference. So let us see again once again what happens actually. Double-stranded RNA, it is happened to arise in a particular cell. So this is the dangerous, so it must be destructed. So we need to destruct it with the help of the dicer. Small RNA pieces are formed. These RNA pieces are having 22 nucleotide base pair. And two base it is unpaired, so it is called overhang that always present at the 3' end. Okay, so this piece formed is known as the oligoribonucleotide, and this oligoribonucleotide is otherwise known as a small interference RNA. This small interference RNA combines with a multiple protein complex. This multiple protein complex having enzymatic action also. This multiple enzyme complex is known as a RISC. The long form of the RISC is R means RNA, I means induced, S means silence, C means complex. That is the RNA induced silence complex that attaching to this oligoribonucleotide or RNA small interference RNA. So when it attaches to this small interference RNA and a complex forming with the protein and oligoribonucleotide, and this when this will split because the RNA RISC also having the enzymatic property, it will split into two parts. One part is running from the 5' to 3', that is known as a sense strand. Another running from the 3' to 5', that is known as antisense strand. This sense strand will destruct by the RNAs present in the cytoplasm. And the 3' 5' strand, that is the antisense strand, this is the candidate for silencing the RNA. So actual silencing of the RNA is coming here. So already mRNA is prepared. This mRNA is entering into the cytoplasm, and that is necessary for the synthesis of a particular protein. And this protein is a harmful. Suppose that is a harmful. So this when the mRNA is destructed, the harmful protein also cannot be formed. So this complex, multiple protein complex, along with the antisense strand. Suppose this antisense strand having a particular nucleotide that is complementary to the mRNA, and so it coming to attach here. When it attaching here, it will split. The RNA will split because the particular enzyme that acting there, that enzyme is known as a slicer enzyme. Slicer. The slicer helping to cut the mRNA into pieces. But the slicer working only after the antisense RNA and the protein complex attaching to this mRNA. So when the mRNA is cut, the first part, that is the initiation codons, not available. So this mRNA cannot translate into a particular protein. So that is actually happening in the cell. So it is a mechanism of the post-transcriptional modification. Means the transcription, after completing the transcription, mRNA is formed, this mRNA is destructed, so it is known as a post-transcriptional modification. So this secret is nowadays using for in biotechnology process in different pathological lab, even in the cancer treatment, and also for producing new varieties of the plants, vegetables in the agricultural field. For example, a simple example I will take a tomato. Nowadays, a particular tomato is prepared that is known as the flavor saver tomato. This flavor saver tomato is the property of the flavor saver tomato. It cannot decay immediately, or it will remain the shelf life of the flavor saver tomato is near about 6 months or more than that, because it cannot decay easily. Why it cannot decay easily? Why the tomato is decaying easily? Because the tomato having the outer covering. This covering is the main chemical component of the covering is the pectin. Pectin. So when the pectin is decay, the tomato also will decay. So when the pectin is not decaying, the tomato cannot decay. So what is our aim? To protect the pectin as such. Or the longevity of the pectin must be at least 6 months or more than 6 months. So the tomato also will remain without a decay for that much period, means 6 months or more than that. So what happens, how it produces the flavor saver tomato? First prepared this antisense strand. This antisense strand is actually preventing the formation of the particular enzyme. That enzyme decay the pectin. Glucouronidase. That enzyme is known as a glucouronidase. So this antisense strand attaching to the mRNA which is producing this glucouronidase, mRNA which is producing the glucouronidase. So when this attaching to this mRNA become inactivated, distracted, so the glucouronidase cannot produce. So when glucouronidase cannot produce, the pectin remaining as such, so the tomato having an outer coat, pectin coat, that is very hard. So this tomato can remain for the longer period. So this is one of the simplest application of the RNA interference in the agriculture.